Hey there, it's Derek from Pacific Coast Auto looking at this Land Cruiser 100 series. This one here going to the USA. It's the first 100 series that we're sending to the USA, which is kind of cool. This one here with a diesel engine. That's the 1HD, the 24 valve version. More on that in a second. But this one here, 1998, 59,000 original kilometers. Small lift on it. Excellent condition inside out. I'm glad that our first Land Cruiser to the States is a very good condition vehicle. We're going to be checking the condition here. We're going to check it compared to the auction inspection sheet and show you, all you watchers at home. So 907 kilometers at the time of shooting this. You get to watch TV while you're driving. Look at that. Okay, and switch this off for the time being. Okay, and first off, the auction inspection sheet. Oh, the hood blew down. It's a windy day. It could be that the dampers aren't all that strong, but did that latch? Let's just see. Yeah, it did latch. Okay, so not much to show you with the engine there, but the oil and the coolant are both fine. The 24 valve version of it is better than the 12 valve version. It is still a single cam engine, but it has it's one of those single cam 2 valve per side. Using rockers. So yeah, like the 2TG has this same, no, the 2TG is the opposite. That's a twin cam 8 valve. Okay, anyways, this engine puts out 169 PS and then 280 pound-feet of torque at only 1400 RPM. It's known to be extremely reliable, and it's quite nice and smooth being an inline 6-cylinder. For a vehicle this size, it's excellent. They use the same engine in buses here in Japan. And yeah, very nice. I like it a lot. 169 sounds like it's a little bit weak, but especially compared to nowadays, but I think it suits the vehicle very well. And if you want more power, it is a turbocharged inline 6-cylinder diesel, and so you can get more power. Actually, the original intercooled version of this engine, which this isn't, has like 205 horsepower or something like that. Okay, this is an HDJ 101. Okay, you can get two versions of the 100 series. There's the 100 and the 101. The 101 is the normal pedestrian version of the vehicle. The 100 was the kind of more off-road capable version of it that wasn't really sold in Japan except for special circumstances, but it was sold in other countries. Okay, so 98 Land Cruiser 100. This is a G selection diff lock version of the VX Limited. Auction grade R. It's been in a very minor accident. I'll talk about that in a sec. Interior B, sunroof, power steering, power windows, and airbag. 59,870 kilometers. Still had current registration on it, which is nice. Automatic transmission. So diesels of this generation are very, very rare. This one is obviously a diesel. I think they were fewer than 10%, which was kind of the opposite for the earlier model ones, where like 80% were diesels and 20% were gasoline. The reason why is because in the late 90s, they were starting to talk about banning diesels altogether in Japan, and they had already banned them, like currently banned in Tokyo and some other major cities in the Kanto area. So a lot of people were scared, and Toyota decided not to really sell too many of the diesel ones, and the population didn't really want them either. Anyways, sales points are purchased from user, diff lock. It's only the rear diff lock. If it's going to be the rear and the front diff lock, they'll usually mention that, but not always. And if you want a diff lock version, it can be a little bit difficult to find. Sometimes you're really relying on what the inspectors say. Sometimes they don't even mention the diff lock because they don't even know it's worth that much. It's registered as a camper, which is kind of funny. It does have like a bed or sleeping platform in the back. I'll show you in a sec. Excuse me. Lifted up with a body lift. And this is Raguna 16-inch wheels. Aftermarket front bumper, you already saw that. Tool collection box, sunroof, seat covers. You can see those. KOC bed kit. Camping kit parts have been removed, so it can't qualify as a camper. They also closed that loophole, so you can't register Land Cruisers as campers anymore just by putting a pretend little credit card size sink into them and other things like that. Vehicle has been cleaned. It actually looks like the vehicle was prepped by a dealer to resell because it's that nice and that clean. Headliner, for example, has been cleaned recently. Okay, front accident has been repaired. Interior one part dirty and stained. I think they're talking about like that. Otherwise, it's basically super clean. What else do we have here? Underside one part has been painted. There's some surface rust. It's really clean under there. One of the cleanest. I have no worries about this rust-wise. Right front inner panel and core support section have been dented. Just dented. Nothing replaced. No fenders replaced. Just repaint. So it has had some accident on the front, and I'll just come back to that in a sec. We'd like to touch these to see how big of an accident it's been in. That one there I would say is about a 3 out of 10 in terms of accident size. This one's about the same size. Now, obviously, you can't really see it. If you've got good eyes, you can, or if you know what you're looking for. But it's nothing that really worries me. This is a body-on-frame type vehicle and stuff like that, and naturally isn't part of the structure as much as it is for a unibody type car. I think the bumper was possibly put on after the accident as a way of replacing the bumper, while also adding some machoism to it. The headlights are also aftermarket and are quite nice. And yeah, I would say if it's my car, I wouldn't worry about this being an R grade. The car is so gorgeous everywhere else, and it has cool Japanese English written on it, which is always fun. Land Cruiser. Man, I love Land Cruisers. I really want to get one for myself. I just want to get a 300 series, and there's a 4-year wait period for one. Okay, very small scratches, small dents. It has W2, but the paint is really, really well done on the front end, kind of like Toyota did it themselves at one of their official repaint repaint dealers, and windshield rock chip. Otherwise, we have a dent on the back, and that's pretty close to it. There are a few minor scratches in and around this over fender there. So I'll pop this in here. Now I'll show you the vehicle. Sorry that took too long to go over the auction inspection sheet, but I had a few things to say. Let's go around it. Now I maintain the 60 series is my favorite version of the Land Cruiser Comfort versions. And I say comfort versions because there are 2 versions of the Land Cruiser, Comfort and Utility. I kind of prefer the Utility ones. So there's 50, 60, 80, 100, 200, and 300. And this one's right in the middle now. But this one here, I've always considered to be kind of modern for my tastes. This one in particular with the lift has really got me questioning that. It looks awesome, and it drives really nice compared to the earlier model ones. I didn't even know that these were legal for the USA until now, so that's extra cool. I know the US did get these Land Cruisers. We didn't in Canada, actually. In Canada, we got only the Lexus version of the 100 series. No Land Cruiser. I don't want the Lexus version. I want the Land Cruiser. I know Lexus is supposed to be higher, higher luxury or whatever. It's missing that Land Cruiser name, and that name is really a huge part of the coolness. It's a Land Cruiser. It's not LX 470 or whatever it is. This, I don't know. Did they get it the diesel engine either? I'm not too sure. Okay, so the headlights have these kind of plasticky pieces inside. To each their own. I'm not in love with it. Bush bar, I do like it. I like this textured look to it. And I like how it's got provisions for fog lights. I think this would look great with a set of yellow fog lights or something on the front. Okay, it is actually functional front bumper, giving you basically infinite approach angle, which is good if you're going to be taking it off-road. You probably won't, but you could. It is a body lift. The body lift is really more for aesthetics than anything else, but ask me about body lifts and I'll show you my truck that has an 8-inch body lift over there. Possibly going to be selling it sometime because I literally am not able to register it. The lift on this one, it's using aluminum lift up pieces, and they're all throughout the vehicle. Double wishbone suspension. You can see that that looks shiny and nice. The wheels look good. The tires look good. And there's basically no damage. Look at the paint on this. Now it's dirty, of course, but that paint, you can even see through all the dirt very easily and see how nice and crisp that is. Excuse me. The Land Cruiser logo on the side. I've seen this on some other Toyotas of around this era and for like 7 or 10 years afterwards. It's embossed. It's a plastic sheet. that's about 1 to 2 millimeters thick. It's not like a regular sticker. It's nice. Also, this is what it means to be a Land Cruiser owner. Cool, right? I love this kind of Japanese English that, you know, that the marketing people wrote this up in Japanese and then put it through Google Translate or something like that. I guess there was no Google Translate in this era. Okay, so minor scratch here. I'm just going to show you any of the defects. And minor scratches here. We got a dent on the beauty garnish on the back there. And right here and here. Now they call those A1s. This one, this is borderline A2. But when the rest of the vehicle is this good looking, not too much to worry about. I'll show you the back and I'll show you the mid seats in a second. This one being a diesel, they only came in 5-seaters. The gasolines came in, I think, 7. Diesel's 5. I don't know why they do that, because I want a diesel one. I want the 7 seats, or the 3 rows, because I have kids and kids fight sometimes. So here we go. Not a huge fan of the seat covers, but to each their own. Some people are going to dig these. They do have a very unique look. They probably weren't cheap. I do like what a seat cover will get you. That means the seat is not going to be damaged underneath the seat cover, most likely, because this will take the brunt of the damage over time. Now, possible that the previous dealer put these on to help sell the vehicle, so I don't know the condition of the seat underneath, but it is a thick and plush seat cover. I don't think it's real leather, meaning you actually get a little bit less room inside here because of the extra volume. It's only a centimeter, but it did make a difference for me. It felt a little bit tight for me compared to other ones that I'd sat in. Don't forget, 60,000 kilometers on this. Steering wheel is close to perfect. Jump up in it. Love driving this one. It's the right height, the right size. Has a big TV there. This monitor here, unfortunately, is broken, and you have to run your AC through that, so it is a little bit extra annoying. Okay, so you can't just replace this unless you want to give up the function of AC. You could still use it auto AC with the temperature, but you can't choose the fans. Like, fan speed is in here, as is the location of where it's directing the AC. If you push the auto, then it'll pick where it directs the AC depending on the temperature differential. Okay, it has a CD player. The CD player is in here. Right there. And then here's a cool box. You can cool your drinks down. It's actually pretty big. And then you get cup holders in here. It's missing the insert though. But if those ones are no good, I think you get, yeah, cup holders here too. Okay, 4-wheel drive high and low. It is a Land Cruiser after all. It's made to be capable and dependable. There's a little bit of a sticky substance on here. And this isn't real wood, but it doesn't matter because you're driving a Land Cruiser. And people who want Land Cruisers, they don't want to get a Pajero, they don't want to get a G-Wagon, they don't want to get a Lincoln Navigator, an Escalade. It's a Land Cruiser is the only thing. They, like me, they don't want to have a Lexus. Idle up, folding mirrors, windshield washers on the headlights. Sunroof. I did not test the sunroof. Let's do that together. This can be a sunroof experience for you. And I love the way that this starts. Oh, that engine. Let me rev it for you. Okay, that's enough. This has to go on YouTube, so we won't want it to be too much adult video. Well, the sunroof is sunroofy. It's the ETC card. It says there's nothing inserted. That's Japanese for you to learn. Okay, ashtray is in the back seat because, of course, this is Japan. I believe this one's been smoked in. I don't think it's been smoked in recently. I don't know why we're not focusing there. Has the same seat covers here, including bunchy pockets that you're supposed to I don't know, put a, like the seat belt, the lap belt or something. Yeah, not huge about seat covers. All right. Your own heater controls at the back as well as video and audio. Cool. There's a little bit stained in the back there, and you can, I'm not going to do that. There's no seats in the back. I'll just show you the bed that's in the back. The rear tire like this on the 80 series, you can put any size tire that you want. On the 70 series you can't because there's clearance issues with the door. And this is the same size tire that's on the vehicle, so that's good. No rust or anything on the arm. And you have the proper tailgate version. I believe they ditched that for the 300 series. So no more tailgate. Okay, and here's your bed system, a cock bed. Okay. KOC bed, right? And I guess it's tied down with those. And it has like panels on top of panels, as you can see. So I think if you fold that down, you can push these and then sleep on it. And then you get to cheat taxes, as long as you put a credit card size sink in, among other things. You need a burner, a cabinet, a sleeping area, and I don't know, maybe a couple of other things. No more cheating on taxes though, so they took all of that other junk out and they still kept the bed. Nice of them. Okay, great Land Cruiser. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a nice day.